This episode of the Rogue Deck Builder is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source for games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with the wrap-up video with the Defenders. So the list, it didn't really perform very well. A lot of those games were close though. You got to give the deck that. A little bit more playtesting and kind of grinding out the options we have with this deck is definitely needed. I'm loving Ashiok. I think Ashiok was worth going up to 4 of. Against most matchups, she's such a boss. And I'm definitely okay with keeping 4 of in here because, again, every one of those matchups, I don't think any one of them, even if there's a non-creature deck, she's awesome with milling. And against a creature deck, it just gives your opponents a very, very bad option. Either having to attack into Ashiok, which immediately goes up to 5 counters, or letting her stay and then eventually using those creatures against her that you mill off the top. I don't know how well I like the actual Defender route. Doorkeeper, I think this is definitely a way to go. I wouldn't add any more Defenders than this. I'm not a fan of Colossus of Akros. I think you should stick with the strategy. So I'm going to cut this guy out. And the Mistcutter Hydra, I'm going to take to the sideboard. And I think we go more of a Mind Grind package. So and bring in as much control as possible. Either probably another Abrupt Decay, because there's not many matchups that Abrupt Decay is terrible against. And I think in the metagame right now, there's so much 1 and 2 drops, and even 3 drops. Even in Esper, it's not a dead card against the Detention Sphere, or if they use the Pack Rat. So I'm thinking a full 4 of package of Abrupt Decay is definitely not a bad option. The Plasm Captures were a little bit weak, but I can see the Plasm Capture Mind Grind combo. I'm sure it can happen. Far and Away might not be the best card. Devoured Flesh, I'm thinking maybe Ultimate Price can come in here as a 1 of, or that or Warped Physique. Warped Physique doesn't seem bad. But again, I think there just needs to be some sort of card draw, and that needs to come through. And I'm thinking Urban Evolution. So if I were to change this up, I'd add some Urban Evolution against the grindy matchups, take out another Far and Away out of the sideboard, and just put in like 2, maybe 3 Urban Evolutions in the side. I think a Primeval Bounty over a 1 of is not good. So this is the list I would run, changing it up. 0-4. Sorry about this again. I'm not having the best of luck playing other people's decks. Again, this is my version though, so maybe I should have kept it to the original person's deck list and see how it performed. But again, I'm more of a deck builder. I love the deck building experience. I had a lot of fun. Wasted a lot of tickets on this, so I'm sure my constructive rating is horrid now after these consecutive weeks of trying to play these extremely roguey decks. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, it's more about the experience of deck building, playing them against Tier 1 decks. I think it makes you a better player, makes you more creative, it makes you definitely look at things in a different angle. And I think that is one advantage that the deck builders have against just the net deckers and more of the Spike type personality, is you get to see Magic through a different angle and hopefully come up with that, the next big deck. Again, keep those submissions coming. I enjoy them, and I'm not afraid to play your ideas against the Tier 1 decks. This is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.